Good morning. My golden egg shirt has not returned to the nest yet. Is expected to return today. Soon as we end today's podcast, I will be on the phone. Look, Rumble's not working, guys. Let's see if I can edit this one, guys. I got to work on it. See if I can fix Rumble for you. Working. I may have to go out. You may get a short dead time on the Rumble one. All right, I'm suddenly going to disappear. Don't panic. I'll be back in moments. And it should have it fixed. We'll see. I've never tried this. I'm going to try this. We're going to see if it works. It's a heck of an experiment. It's a heck of an experiment for me. Let's see. Let's get that one clicked up. Let's see. Boom, save. Hopefully it will start working, guys. Hopefully it's going to start working over on the Rumble side. Rumble is a parsnippity thing that is kind of a pain in the butt. But I'm thinking that will fix it in a few minutes. All right. How is everybody this morning? It is good to be here amongst you all. Yeah, prayers for your new grandson. Those we have too many ill and suffering. We got to get everybody healthy. I'm enjoying some of the comments already. Hold on here. Fly the plane so you can get. Is there any way to let you fly the plane so you can get Bill? They need to let me. No, any other airline, no problem. Any other airline, no problem. But as I started doing my research, well, you guys started doing my research. You started sending many links where people with physical conditions and handicapped people had similar problems with American Airlines. So it's not just me. Hello, POTUS Storm. Let's see. Had a talk with 45 last night. He wanted me to ask Mark if he needed a lift to Texas. I wanted that to be something to fly Trump Airways. Wouldn't that be neat? Morning, Farmer Deb. Hello, Big T. Hannah, morning. It is so good to see you in here in person. Usually you watch the reruns and send an email or two. Question, how can I get a hold of? Question, please. How can I? Okay, I don't know who Linda Collier is or is in the same city as me, and the wife would like to connect with her. Thanks. Gary, I don't know what to tell you. You'll have to wait for them to reach out to you. Yeah, I guess I should. It's kind of a spooky thing, but intolerant. Some people would like to meet, and you need to leave that open. But just make certain you're not meeting some like kook bucket that's going to cut you up and toss you and bury you around the backyard. All right, bets. I did this because in my heart today, I am in Texas with you guys. CVG, prayer for my daughter-in-law's father had a brain aneurysm and fighting for his life. With prayers in God, all things are possible. Amen, Stevie G. If I wore my gold G-string, they wouldn't dare bother you. No, they probably want it. And if I'd have just put on a wig and lipstick, they would have been terrified to mess with me, especially if I would have used a different pronoun. If they would have come up to me and said, sir, we have to remove you. We're removing you, not please or whatever, not, hey, these are the options. We can leave the wheelchair, have something there for you. Any of those things, none of that. It was, we're removing you from this flight. I could have, when they said, sir, we're removing you from this flight, I could have said, sir, I'm a they, and you will refer to me as they. I bet they would have just backed right off and walked away. I needed a pronoun. All right. I need to get through all the advertisements and stuff before we get Matt and Lucas. And then I forgot I still haven't sent Lucas a link if he wants to join live, although I doubt he wants to join on camera since he's in the mood, but he might. In the first 90 days of the year, Bitcoin has recovered 70%, and Ethereum has recovered 51.8%. No other asset has recovered that fast. Some of that recovery was a result of diminishing confidence in the U.S. banking system. After the failure of SVB, Signature Bank, Silvergate, and First Republic, investors are looking for an alternative to the dollar to protect their wealth. Given their enormous gains and the fact that they are outside of government control, cryptocurrencies are once again proving why they remain a necessary part of an investor's portfolio. Unlike most other crypto platforms, MyDigitalMoney.com, with our partner Equity Trust, founded in 1974, holds your crypto in trust. That means we will never be able to commingle our funds with yours. Your cryptos are safe and cannot be moved around with MyDigitalMoney.com. You can invest with the security of knowing your crypto is yours and yours alone. Just go to mydigitalmoney.com or call us at 833-636-2008. Whether you're investing in a crypto IRA for your retirement or want to save for medium-term financial goals with a standard trading account, mydigitalmoney.com will help you do so with unparalleled security. Visit us at mydigitalmoney.com or call us at 833-636-2008. Open an account now and get $50 in your account when you invest $5,000 or more. Just enter Mark Z in the promo code field. Terms apply. We still have to talk about the gold one, but we can do that in a minute. I'm worn out after that. Bobby, let me tell you how amazing this community is. The community has a number of lawyers in it, and I've already had a number of them reach out and offer. A number of retired airline employees, a number of retired airline pilots, a number of active airline pilots, you name it, they have reached out, and they are pushing me hard to force the issue, not because we're trying to win some great none of that, but to force them to think twice and make certain that they are very explicit in their policies and processes for handicapped. In other words, so it doesn't happen to somebody else. Hello, John Sassy, RV there yet? Let's see. Do you know any bodybuilders? We need to get some huge dudes to put on wigs and join some female sports to show the absurdity of it all. Then they can just say no longer identify once they leave the event. Well, you can just claim to have split personalities, right? You can be a biological male, and one of your personalities can be Brenda instead of Bob. And it can just turn on and turn off however you identify, right? The absurdity of the world in which we live in. You quite literally have half a society that thinks men can get pregnant. It's the damnedest thing I've ever seen or heard of. If you would have asked me as a young man at 12, 13, do you ever foresee living in a world in which they don't know the difference between a man and a woman? I would have thought you were nuts. I couldn't have believed it. How about you guys? When you were young, could you imagine living in the world we're living in right now, where Klinger for MASH is literally the number 2 person for health care in the entire United States and actively sits at the top of the political realm? Could you imagine? Never. And yes, I'll be in trouble again. It's only a matter of time before I'm no longer allowed on this platform. Good times. The world is not weird. No, the world is weird, not like it used to be. You know, I kind of wonder on that one, is the world that much weirder? I mean, well, one, I know it's gotten weirder, but was it weird then? Oh, there's Matt calling in already. Hello, Matt.
Hey, good morning, Mark. How you doing?
I'm good. So, Matt, we have a question before you start.
Sure.
When you were 12 or 13 years old, did you ever think you would live in a country where literally half the country think men can get pregnant?
No, I mean, No, I mean, did people think that now? Good Lord.
Yeah, right?
Really?
People in power, I mean, they get up and testify before Congress that men can get pregnant.
Good God. Well, good. I'm glad I'm not younger now in the pregnancy. Oh boy, what a weird world, man.
It's a
God, it was hard enough.
Weird world.
Just think, yeah, you could have went on your high school prom and 2 weeks later wonder, is she going to be pregnant or am I going to be pregnant? Good Lord.
It's nuts. All right. So what do you know
Yeah.
good, Matt? One, I did not, while I've got you here to keep everybody properly occupied, I'm going to send Lucas a link in case he wants to join on the computer. I can't imagine he does with moving this weekend, but he might.
Yeah, he might. Yeah. But hey, back to the bodybuilders with wigs. Yeah, Evan, I think he'll volunteer for that deal.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, honestly, I mean, Lucas does competitions as a power lifter.
Oh my God, that'd be funny to see him try
Right?
to enter the old deal. Good Lord. Yeah, he blows away the guys at his age, you know, but let alone the gals. You know, that reminds me, there was one night.
Hold that thought. There's Lucas. All right, Lucas, we have a question.
Right off the bat.
Go
to Lucas.
Would you consider, since you compete in powerlifting, would you consider putting on a wig and identifying as a female for an event? Just to point out the absurdity of it.
100%. And actually, we've actually talked about it. So we've actually discussed it in pretty, lengths. I'll tell you what's even crazier, Mark. We have, for whatever reason, the swimming's been okay with it. To some degree, I think they've done soccer. But I'll tell you what, you do that, and not so much in the weightlifting and powerlifting world, but if you did that in women's basketball, take 30 of the NBA top players and have them start playing on various or even one WNBA team and see how well that goes over.
I kind of like it.
And the reason why I say that is because of the notoriety and kind of what's happened with the WNBA. I'm telling you right now, you do that, and it will be shut down faster than you can even get it started.
Yeah, right. Well, for that matter, high school sports. I mean, I'm waiting for a more rural high school or whatever, somewhere out there where they haven't quite lost their minds yet. Like a high school basketball team, a high school soccer team, men's team decide that they're going to play, on the women's. They're going to wear, a shorter or whatever, the women's, and go out there and compete just to make a point.
Yeah.
Or maybe even some of the Christian schools that have, stood the ground on the absurdity of it and getting kicked out of sports. Maybe they should field an all formerly male identifying as female high school team. I mean, at some point, you got to call the insanity of it what it is. It's insane.
Well, and that's the thing, is being able to identify it as insane and getting those people who actually believe that it's legit to come to that understanding. And the problem is, Mark, I don't know if we ever can. I truly don't know if they're going to be able to come to that realization.
Yeah, just what happens the day they wake up and realize that they are actually biologically what they were born?
They crawl in a hole. That's what happens.
They're just going to collapse.
Because at that point, it's not like they're going to be like, guys, you were right. Like, it was foolish of us to pursue, this, dream or claim or whatever. But by then, it's like too late.
Yeah.
The damage has already been done.
Yeah. Lone Ranger just said, like, Brittany Griner. Have you seen interviews? She's done a number of them, or whatever. A number of them this week saying, no, it is absolutely a trans person should be able to compete. A biological male should be able to compete as female if that's how they identify now, that it is just wrong to not allow them to. And I think that is totally covering their own for in case they figure it out. I think.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I got a question because I really don't know this. Is a trans dude a dude who had it cut off already, or is he just kind of acting like a chick with this deal?
No,
Well, it really depends. So a trans,
all right,
trans doesn't necessarily. We don't necessarily want to go down the rabbit hole.
Well, I don't even know. I don't even want to go near the hole. But I'm just telling you. I just don't know. Is it? I don't pay attention to that stuff. I mean, did they have a sex change yet, or what?
Some did, some didn't.
I was thinking, I have no idea. Oh man, that's just you know what? I'll never forget the time I was at a wedding reception and I end up arm wrestling like the U.S. champ gal, you know, and I'm a crummy arm wrestler. I had buddies who were like world champs, you know, like Flash Norton and Rick Rude, and man, oh, honest to God, they could beat me within a not even a second, like a third of a second. And then I arm wrestled this gal at the bar. And, you know, she was a nice gal. She was just strong. She was wearing her flannel shirt and stuff. You know, she was just tough, you know. And I thought, well, I beat her, though, you know. And so I could have had the wig deal and the, you know, the world champ for the arm wrestling chicks, you know. So, anyway, that's the truth. I'm just telling you, you know. It's just, I don't know if I went off course there or whatever, but anyway. Hey, so, no, but what I'm saying, I guess what I'm saying is that it is true on the athletics. You know, I watched a 6th grade boys basketball team play a high school champion girls team, and they beat them by, oh my God, it was like 60 points. My son was on the 6th grade team, and I asked the coach, I said, why the hell are you playing these gals tonight? You know, and he goes, well, you know, it's just going to be fun, you know, because they were practicing. Oh, man, because the guys were quick and stuff, you know. I'm just saying there's a difference in athleticism, you know. So, anyway.
All
okay.
right. I want to keep going.
I think I went way off course there. But anyway.
Yeah, way off course. William just said Bruce Jenner could win the women's decathlon, too.
What's that, Mark?
Somebody just said Bruce Jenner could win the women's. Bruce actually came out this past week and said, think of the insanity of it. You know, he's like, you know, I won gold. I did great, but I would have dominated the Olympics for, you know, a decade if I would have been competing, you know, as a female.
Yeah.
Just crazy. All right.
Complete insanity living with those Kardashians for as long as he did. Good Lord. I think it made him mental.
I think it did, too.
I don't even blame him for what he did. I think he had so much like makeup and stuff. They probably poisoned him and turned him into a chick or something, you know?
It's in the water in California. All right, guys, if you're in California, run. I'm just kidding. It's not actually, that's satire and humor. Please. I do use humor a lot. I enjoy it. Noreen said, Matt, Lucas, what CBD cures the confusion? Do you have anything? I mean, we're open for suggestions. Tell us how to get into the site, Matt, and we'll get on to that.
Oh, hey. Yeah, let's get on to the CBD. But anyways, hey, everybody. It's we're on the CBD Gurus team, me and Lucas, and we identify as men. And we're at the CBDGurus.com. And we do got females there, but they identify as females, so we're all straight there. We work in the warehouse. But anyways, the CBDGurus.com, and you go to Marksy Wholesale and put in lowercase KRAM CBD. And this week, me and Scott threw together some great specials here this morning, and we're going to go over them real quick here. What we have is we've got a whole bunch of the 2000 lotion. So I said, you know what? And I love this lotion. I think it's not. I'm not saying it's the best lotion, but it's good. As good as anything we've got for sure. It's got 1,000 CBG. I can't read my own deal. 1,000 CBD, 1,000 CBG. That's what we call lotion 2000. And that's another label that Kevin designed, and I think it's beautiful. But anyway, and tells you exactly what's in there. And that lotion, when you put it on, it sinks in really fast. Helps pain. It helps anxiety. If you put a little bit on your temples even, you know, but don't put it in your eyes or anything. But anyways, that's some good stuff. At $100, you get one of those free. Normally, it's a $30 item. And this week we're selling it for 25 on special down below. So if you end up getting 4 of those, you can have a 5th one free. And then if you want to get up to $150, you get the. I'm going to have Lucas talk about that in a second, but I'll just announce it here: the 45-pound apple cider vinegar gummy. And if you got any health questions or ordering on that, you just talk to Evan. You'll give him a buzz. Yeah, he wasn't very busy yesterday. He took a lot of calls, but the Vikings grabbed it. I don't even know. But anyways, I mean, it wasn't a big deal for the Vikings yesterday. He had nothing to do. No, actually, Evan's a cool guy. He knows all these Vikings, man. He knows a lot of it. He's a good guy. So anyways, and then every order over $50, you get 2 million Bolivar, you get 20,000 dong, and 250 of the dinar. And the gals next door, I told them about their currency. They call it dinners. Do a lot of people call them dinners? I don't know.
Well, some interesting. Some call them dinars. Some call them dinars. Some call them dinners.
Yeah, no, they're calling them dinners after I told them about the currency. I probably shouldn't have told them about it, but why not? But anyways, then we go down to the lotions there. So you get all the currency at $50. You put in a $50 order, you get all that. If you want to up it a little bit, you get the free lotion. I would. It's a good buy anyway. And plus you get that free. We sell for $25. Most other companies sell something like that for about $50-$60 at least, maybe more, Lucas. I don't know what the prices are out there, but I know they're at least double what ours are. And then you get down there, we got the gummies, full spectrum sleep, regular, and then we got the Delta 8, which is a great favorite. Everybody, I don't know why anybody would not like the Delta 8, but don't use them too much if you haven't used them, before. Try them out and take half maybe. And then we got the, I put the chocolates on sale. They're $10 off, 10 of them for $25, and those are strong. Those are 15 milligrams of Delta 9 THC a piece, so you can bust those into 4 pieces, and they'll probably be good for you to start just 1 piece for bedtime or whatever. And we got the super bottle of immunity there, 3,000, and that'll just about, that's good for anything that ails you. We'll put it that way. And we got water soluble. I got the immunity boosters on sale today, 12 of them for $12. They're usually $15. And then we got the X-Freeze. But you know what? If it was me, I would get the lotion today, 2,000 for $25. I prefer that a little bit more over the X-Freeze 8 ounce, Even though that's a good lotion, there's nothing wrong with it. It's a great lotion, but I prefer the other one because it soaks in so good. I like it. Then we got the Delta 8 soft gels there. Those are, more people are ordering those. We got the pet treats down there. Let's see, Miracle Gold, water soluble, 14,000 Spectrum. That's good stuff. And everything else on sale there. You just go right down the road there and take a look at them. Hey, Lucas, tell them about those apple cider vinegar gummies, would you?
Yeah. I mean, so we kind of made those. It's definitely a weight loss support. It really, the acid really helps with your indigestion. Or not really indigestion, but really helps with the digestion. And kind of breaks it up. It's been around for a while. The thing is, a lot of people, when they do the apple cider vinegar, a lot of the times it's only like 1.5 to 1.5% acidity, especially in edibles. But we've been working on this for a long time, and so we're up to about 5.5% acidity. So about four times, 4 to 5 times what's kind of out there right now. So it's really beneficial. I eat way too many. I eat probably 10 a day. They're probably one of the best tasting of the gummies that you guys have tried from us.
I've got to try those. I forgot to call my CBD guy yesterday. I forgot to message Evan. But I'll straighten that out today. I'm making myself an apple cider note.
Hey, they are good taste, and I actually did have about 10 of them. Is that too many to have at a time, Lucas? I don't know. Well,
maybe spread them out throughout the day. Don't just, Mark, Matt's a fist eater. You know, he'll grab a fistful and just pour them into his mouth. And I'll tell you what, Matt's got big hands. He's got some big hands.
Oh my God, that's not true at
So
all.
you're trying to say if Matt wore a dress, we would not be convinced that he was a female?
Not even remotely close.
Yeah.
Now, Kevin, on the other hand, that could go either way. But yeah, but Matt, 100% not.
Oh God. Anyway, let's hey. So any questions on the? Hey, there's one for tinnitus. What do you think, Lucas, on that one? It says, is there one that is good for tinnitus?
Well, tinnitus is really a big thing with inflammation. So the two things, like really for that, is going to be something around the realm of if you're okay with THC, whether it be the 14,000 full spec or the water soluble, and then, you know, or the full spec gummy. So any in that full spec realm with a lot of THC, if you're okay with THC, and if, you know, you're not going to get tested and such. If you're not, if you will get tested, then definitely the Miracle Gold.
Yeah, and that's some products you will test positive. We still live in a backwards world where they try to control those things. We've got a great one here because you were just talking about Miracle Gold, and there are 3 that I can think of that would be highly effective or helpful for this one. What can you use for shingles?
Oh, geez. Yeah, I think the black seed with the Miracle Gold. We've actually, Mark, if I'm not mistaken, we've had 2 or 3 people say that they've used Miracle Gold on shingles.
Yep, and had phenomenal results.
Unbelievable results.
Hey, guys, shingles is a virus. Based on the research from, was it Oregon State? Yeah, it was Oregon State. On the CBGA, the super immunity, along with the black seed, and then for pain, because it can be just excruciating, then I would suggest the water soluble as well, just for that, you know, the help. But that's my, you know, I think of those 3 when I think shingles. And if you guys in chat, if you used it for shingles, if you've had success or not had success, chime in so that they can read fellow folks's, because that means way more than what Matt and Lucas and I say is what actually works for you guys. What have you done that works?
Hey, here's something I'd like to bring up that's I think is important for the pet people. I don't know if it's happening where you guys are at, but they were saying that there's pet flu going around or something. They're calling it flu, but it's some sort of virus, like I don't know, makes them sick, cold or something. Have you guys heard this?
No.
Oh, okay. It must just be up in Minnesota. So I'm just saying I don't know. They were saying that, you know, when you let your dogs out to the dog park, maybe you shouldn't be doing it right now because they got like a virus going around, flu virus, and that must just be new to this area or something here. But if you do, I would try the immunity on them and put some in their dog treats, like the gels there. Just squish it, you know, and put it in there, or else take the drop or the super immunity and put a little bit in the dog treats. I think that would really help them a lot. And then I did see a comment for the dog Simone or something a little while back there.
Oh yeah, just how effective those are.
Yeah, the pets really, they really react really good to the CBD oil and stuff and the treats and all that. So yeah, it's not this. Yeah, don't make your pets suffer, man. Just a little bit, and they can have a really, really cool life, you know, for the last whatever 5-6 years or something, instead of limping around. Especially the German Shepherds, man, they have real trouble with their hips, you know. So anyway, just thought I'd bring that up. Man, a sip of coffee.
I had somebody ask one that's probably not really one that you're going to be able to help with, but I know exactly something that will help because I've read a number of studies on this one. Just happened to have read them. Mr. Lee said, what can I use for senile purpura, thin skin, easy bruising? There is a lot of research showing collagen is extremely effective in helping with that condition. Different collagen supplements. I would do a search, just put in senile purpura and collagen, or using collagen for senile prepared. Do it on YouTube, do it on whatever search engine you use. You're going to get a whole heck of a lot of information that's I think will be very helpful. I just wanted to add that when I saw that one. I got a lot of people asking, all right, when are the new tropics in, and are you going to get one more round of Delta 8 chocolates before the summer shipping season?
Yes, we are. We are going to get those chocolates in as fast as we can. They're going to be coming in with the new tropics here, so they just got held up in shipping a little bit there. They should be here by mid next week. But yeah, sorry about that. It's just, when we grow like this as a company, we used to order so much, and then we got to order double the next time. And it gets to be a lot. I'm not whining about it. I'm just saying it's just different for us, But we moved into a warehouse that's twice as big now. And, yeah, that's nice. And, yeah, that's going to be kind of fun there, the warehouse. So when the customers walk over, because we're going to have a little storefront there too, and they come over and order their stuff, we're just going to, we got a system. We're going to not have them come in and buy it. They'll just order it on their phone, and walk in and grab it. That way we're not a real retail location. And then when they do so much business, then they'll sit in the massage chair. And I got this fancy massage chair. You can sit there for 15 minutes. So it's going to be awesome. It really is. And then yesterday they just okayed the legal cannabis for Minnesota. So for Minnesota, truly, it only does a certain percentage of our business, not a lot, but it's going to be doing a lot more now because they opened up the laws for us where the hemp products are going to treat a lot easier than the cannabis, the smokable stuff. There's a difference.
Mm-hmm.
We got cannabis and we're the hemp, even though they're both the same, right, Lucas? Is that right?
No, I mean, yeah, it's a different classification. So, but yeah, I mean, they're probably going to set up the same as the other states do and have the dispensaries and being able, and the problem is too, a lot of these guys, especially the medical side of it, which is ridiculous, Mark, but they're like, hey, if you have your, medical card, you can't have a concealed carry or a gun license.
And certain state Supreme Courts have already struck that down. So I'm looking forward to that changing nationwide.
I am too. In Colorado, it's still very, very prevalent. They ask, oh, do you have a carry permit? And they're like, yeah. They're like, okay, well, you're going to have, that's now null and void. And it's just crazy. It's like they don't do that when you go into the liquor store and buy a fifth of vodka.
Exactly. Or track your alcohol purchases if you're a gun owner.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
You know what's kind of funny on this whole legalization thing? You got a super Republican Trump, which I love Trump. I vote for him. I vote for him every day. Okay. And he was all for the hemp legalization. Then we got all the Republicans here in Minnesota who are against it because they think it's going to be worse than for drinking and driving. And it's like, good Lord, and it's just the way they play politics with it is just crazy. They should think of it as this way. Now you don't have to take all the other illegal drugs on the streets, and not that this is a drug, because it's not. It just it actually makes your life better. We always talk about that at the warehouse. So everybody that works there uses this stuff, and our life is so much better than it was 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. And these people, man, they just got to cut the rhetoric about it's a drug. It's not a drug. It just makes your life better.
I mean, they got 50 years of brainwashing to, purposeful brainwashing by the pharmaceutical companies and the for-profit prisons that they've got to get past before they can think of it in a different way. And that's why one thing I love about CBD, it has helped start that conversation. They've seen how effective it is and how useful it is. And then they're like, wait a minute, I don't see anything wrong with this. Why did I think there was something wrong with this? And that's why its greatest growth is in the older generation. Really, I mean, it's 65 and up. I mean, they're tired of feeling like crap when they don't have to.
Yeah, and you take this stuff for a couple of days and they're going, oh my God, what have I been missing?
Right. All right.
And then they're hooked on it right away because their pain goes away. They get to sleep now for every guy who's waking up every hour in the night. Goes to sleep. all night long, and it's great, man. And then you get a good night's sleep, you're gonna have a good life. That's for sure, man. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
it helps. Good night's sleep can affect every part of your life. All right, we're starting to run out of time, so I want to get a couple of more questions in here. And I see two of them pet related. One is, what can I use for a dog with a wound? It's going to depend on the kind of wound. And another one, dog anxiety, really bad when it storms. All right, Lucas, Matt, have at those.
Here, let me talk about the wound real quick. I just went to the dentist the other day. I'd smacked myself in the bottom of the mouth, so I had a cut inside, and I got a little bit of canker sore, on it, but it went away in 2 days because I put CBD lotion on it, and not lotion, excuse me, oil, not lotion. Yeah, don't put lotion in your mouth, but I put the CBD oil on the inside of the mouth deal. Without that, it would have took probably a week and a half to heal. So I would, on the outside of the wound, what would you use, a natural CBD oil, Lucas?
Yeah, I'd actually probably use the Miracle Gold on the pet for the outside for their skin.
Yeah, especially a hot spot. We've had a number of people that had great success using it for hot spots and skin rashes.
Yeah, I think so. And then the pet tinctures, really for the digestion piece of it, will really, really calm them down. Really give them some. And then if you're like, well, like I don't, can I buy something for both? It's like, yeah, there's a lot. Dogs are super, super sensitive to THC. But if you want, you can get like some of the broad spec tinctures, and then, you can have some, and, your dog can also have some too. So it depends if you want, the broad spec for the little more extreme cases of the anxiety. But if not, if it's just more of a day-to-day, then the pet tinctures will be great.
Hey, and here's the other thing, our pet tinctures, we quit selling the 250. We just sell the 500 now. I think it's about $9 or something. But I still see other companies out there selling like a 250 for pets for over $30, and we'll sell a 1500. I think it's right around 20, 24 or something. So I don't even know if it's about 20. So it's cheap for the pets for the CBD oil. And the treats. The treats are $11. Those will last.
Yeah,
a month easy.
The pet oil is $12 for the 250, and then I guess it goes up depending on which milligram you run with. But let's pick an option. Oh, you don't even have 250, so let's pick a 500 is $12. A 1500 with is only $19. So yeah, way cheaper than anything you're going to find at PetSmart or any of those.
I love the pets. I want that stuff for the pets cheap. I love pets. I just love them.
So does your wife. I mean, she's got you. But I'm here all week. No, Matt, we love you. All right, guys, I got to start wrapping you up. I got a minute, and then I got to start on to the news. What would you like to cover?
So you guys go to thecbdgurus.com. We got the currency. We got a lot of free stuff today. I mean, if you got all the free stuff, I mean, you're probably up to about $45 of free goodies here today. But anyways, thecbdgurus.com. Go to Mark C Wholesale and put in lowercase KRAM CBD. And I'm going to sit and listen to Mark's news because I know he's got the best news, and the other regular news doesn't even let you know what's going on in the world. That's for damn sure.
So. Lucas, hopefully you're feeling all right with all your moving.
Oh, I am. My body is not in the best condition. I took a little bit of THC last night to relax the old body and go to bed. Took one of the 5 milligram gummies, full spec, and I got it probably another 6-7 hours today. So we'll see how it goes.
All right.
I appreciate it.
All right. Yeah, I can't wait to visit when you get settled. Matt and I are making a road trip.
And all
right. All right, guys.
I got a motorhome notice. So.
Oh, even better.
I'll see you later.
All right. Bye, guys.
50-year-old motorhome that runs great.
Oh, nice.
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Lucas.
All right, the illustrious CBD Gurus. Always love having them on. Franklin, it's good to see you. Betsy, my bags are supposed to be in San Juan, and I will be on the phone arranging their delivery as soon as we finish the podcast this morning. The person working the counter, anyways, waiting for the one to come in this morning that has English skills, because mi español es paquito. I'm getting there, but it's still taking a while, and I know we've got to get to news. So let's dive in. We do have a news hat still, which is handy, and we're going to bounce straight into here. Deputy, the House of Representatives, and I'm bringing this one to you on purpose because of the conflicting news stories we're getting of Iraq. This is an important part of the diversion to keep us guessing on timing. Deputy, the House of Representatives will extend its work for another month until the completion of the budget. They're letting us know that the legislative holiday is supposed to begin May 9th. And if they have not completed it by then, they are going to extend it until they finish the process. We, of course, have other on-the-ground contacts saying that they've already passed it. They're waiting to announce it because they're working on when to execute the rate change or the exchange rate change. So we're getting the back and forth news from Iraq. We were expecting this at the end, just like we did in Kuwait, the morning of the revaluation in Kuwait. The morning news ran one saying that it had to be, and I believe the number was 6 to 9 months, at least, maybe 18. Anyways, a number of months away before they could address a reinstatement of their value. So this is the news we've been expecting to get, and it has held very true to form, the back and forth news over the last 3 weeks. 1 minute we're getting, bam, it's not happening for a few weeks. Next, in the same day, we'll get another news story saying, hey, things have we've accomplished a lot, we've gotten things done, and we're moving forward with a change in the exchange rate. So just stay calm in this process. Bond people, I've not seen a massive movement of money this morning on the bond side, but I have started getting some notifications late yesterday and this morning that Tier 1 is officially paying. I am trying to find, I have a very good T1 contact that I am trying to get in contact with now to find out if that's accurate, because if it is, that tells us that that cascade of events has sped up and we are on the cusp. That really is all the news today. Nothing specific to the Bolivar, nothing specific to the Dong, nothing specific to CMKX. Mr. C has not been paid yet. He was up early this morning and let me know his status. Let me turn the banner off, pay attention to you guys for a minute, and then the water, yeah, it would be a waterfall moment. It would just be, whew. From there on out, it would be just, buckle up, better put on some goggles, or the wind is going to peel your eyes back and dry them out. Barbecue Honcho, thank you. K. Crest is saying Wolverine reported this in Telegram as well. That is awesome. I'm glad to know I'm not the only person getting that news right now. Real Woody, happy 78th. Or is that Texas having the happy 78th? All right, guys, you're going to need to let me know who's having that birthday and hang on till the end, because we have a interesting collage of news to go over today. New envies, it's good to see you. Mark Gennaro, I'm betting we will, well, so then it was gone. I don't think we'll be here in June. I could be wrong. God knows I didn't think we were going to see May 1st, and I'm still not convinced we're not going to see a rate change by Sunday. Let's see, Mark Z, Tucker Carlson, episode number 1. Stay grounded, no fly, disabled. Perfin Paul, that brings up something that I am considering. Jay Gutta, here's a special birthday shout out to my mother, Lavana Bonnie. Hope you have a great day, Mom. Hope we love you. See you soon. All right, Jay Gutta is giving us an official big old birthday shout out. Let me highlight that one to Lavana, aka Bonnie, so everybody jump on that one. All right, let's get back to that comment you made. It's Real Woody 78. Thank you for clarifying, Texas. I awoke today with a start and a notion and an idea, and I wanted to see what you guys thought of it. An 8 o'clock stream on Rumble Monday through Friday. I would have to do some finagling of my schedule to make it work, but I think I can do it. Called Standing In for Tucker, because it appears that Tucker has some type of non-compete in his separation for 18 months, which is going to keep him mostly silent during the election process period. But I am giving much consideration to one that's not on YouTube for that time, because there's a lot I would like to say and cover that I've been unable to. It would not be RV oriented. It would be specifically the news of the day. And I even thought about calling it Standing In with Tucker. That's what hit me. I woke up like a start this morning with that thought. D. Carol, no, I am not going to Texas. I am still waiting for luggage with my life in it so that I could even make plans. I was hoping it was going to get here early yesterday so that I could. Now it's looking like it might be here at some point today. Please do it. Absolutely. Jack's 23rd anniversary. Happy anniversary. What does it mean for people who don't have Zim or Dinar? Barb, a whole heck of a lot. Mr. C and I have done special ones on it, just what it means. A lot of debt forgiveness, sound money, lower prices, a tremendous amount. He also fully expects us to receive back all federal income taxes that we have paid over the years to the false corporation. That's accurate. It is huge. Even if you don't have currency, this change that is coming should be epic. Shabby Maverick, 8 p.m., 8 p.m. in Tucker's time slot, his 8 to 9 time slot. Oh, wait a minute. You are the news. Do it. John 1, thank you for that super sticker, or that whatever you want to call it, but that's the Rumbles have it. Yeah, I'd be curious. We still didn't get Rumble. Oh, wait, Rumble. Nope. I was hoping Rumble was working, but it has not come back up, and that is my fault. Rumble has this extra few steps for each podcast you have to put in, and I messed up one of them. Please, I'm trying to find. There's a lot I'm missing. Shout out for Heather on her 42nd birthday. Happy birthday, Heather. That's it, George. I love this. So all you young folks are complainers that you have nothing. Be nice to your elders and family members that do. That's right. Better be nice, because we're about to be sitting great. Oh, Anna, a lot of folks are looking for full funding by Tuesday, or us starting in the banks on Tuesday with an announcement possibly on Sunday. Buddy, I love this, buddy. God bless you, buddy. Or just get Tucker to come on the show. Maybe you could educate him. I know we need to get to more of the mainstream news. You know, that's not a bad idea. Well, let's see. Sideburn Soldiers. My birthday was 3 days ago. Happy belated. Somebody, I like that one, just said, hey, maybe you can get all of the truthers to stand in with a fill-in network for Tucker. You know, that's not bad at all. Elvis, if you need a co-host, I'm available. Hey, thank you. Thank you very much, Elvis. And then I had another one of you guys send me a great idea for videos. If you've not sent a video, as we are working, and we're working on a name change for the website, but we want to get the first one up first, the first video collage up for I'm Extreme, or I'm a MAGA. What is a MAGA? People saying, hey, you know, it's not these crazy people that you think they are. These are your neighbors. These are the people that do great things, work in their communities all around the world. But somebody came up with a great idea for maybe little TikToks. Do you remember, like, I'm a pepper, you're a pepper, wouldn't you like to be a pepper too? The ads of 70s or 80s, I forget when the ads were. But I'm a MAGA, you're a MAGA, wouldn't you like to be a MAGA too? Everybody doing their little sing-songs and TikToks on that front. I was like, you know, what a great idea. We got to take a page out of the left's book and use those platforms. What's meant for evil, turn it to good. I received my Whiskey and Wisdom silver bar yesterday. Looks great, man. I cannot wait to get mine. They look awesome. A number of you folks have sent pictures. Miles Franklin did a great job on it. Yeah, Camo Girl, at least my Wise account's growing a few cents a day. That's more than my bank. We're watching those BRICS currencies. We're watching them edge up against the dollar. Debbie's birthday as well. Brian C's birthday. I'm trying to keep up with these and do the news, but it's tough. I'm going to have to start sweet talking one of the mods or one of the folks in chat to keeping an eye on all the birthdays. So that when it's time to sing birthday, you can just drop the whole list and I can put it on the screen. I have to get a couple of folks like, volunteering to keep track of that because you're going to need somebody on the Twitch side and somebody on the YouTube side that can do it. Mega, make everyone great again, or make everything great again. I kind of, Eric, I dig that. I like that one. Mega instead of MAGA. I like that. Camo Girl, Big 55, the double nickel. Oh, just can't, excuse me. Camgo. Boy, I may have just totally misgendered somebody. The Big 55 double nickels. Bearded Patriot, I've heard it, but I believe that to be just out there floating because they're trying to keep the timing clouded on some saying possibly June. Yeah, when I sing happy birthday, it's for everyone with a birthday. All right, I know I've got to jump into it. PW, well, wait, PW, daggone it, it's going so quickly. I did show a picture, and I don't know if it's still up. Let me find it for you guys. Give me just a minute on the silver bar because somebody sent me a picture when they got theirs. And let's see. All right, I can bring that up. I'm doing double duty here, guys. Whiskey and Wisdom, the original Mark Z, 10 ounces, 0.999 silver. Another angle on it. I kind of like that where they have pressed it out of the shot, the silver shot. Gives it a very unique, neat look. Not as kind of old school. I like how it looks. Yeah, the bar's done and available. Hello, Gigi. Let's see. Did you hear about all the layoffs that Jenny Craig's going to be going, and they're also filing bankruptcy? We're expecting like 10 major retailers and operations to be filing for bankruptcy, including Big Lots is expected to file too. There are a number of them that are going to be casualties of the Biden economy. Isabella, happy birthday to niece Isabella, born at 4:50 a.m. this morning. Oh, that's a special happy birthday. Nancy, MMMA, make men men again. How many of you women would like to celebrate or be part of the MMMA? Belinda, Salsa's my birthday and twins' birthdays tomorrow. We turn 50. All right, I'm going to miss a bunch of them. Nader video popped up. I'll have to watch it after. My birthday and twins' birthdays tomorrow. We turn 50. Belinda, I love my twins. I'm a twin. And she is awesome. Charmaine, yes. Yes, please. Me, Gail. All right, I love it. Tracy, the women are sounding off. Men, listen. Eli, thank you. Remember, the silver bars are over at Nader was a nothing. All right, Cadillac dead. Thank you for that update, so I don't have to rush and watch it. Mega means I can do one from the UK. Analytic, exactly. We need to make it more, and it has come to stand for that movement, that sovereignty movement all over the globe. Maybe it started here, but it's worldwide. And I would argue that the movement really started with the yellow vest movement. Gilets jaunes, I think is how they say that one in France, and then spread here and became MAGA. Starseed, I'm down with that one too. Make women real women again. I'm totally with you. Boy, can I tell you how upset I would be if I got a surprise. All right, we've got to get to the news. Tanya, I am feeling much better rested today. Thank you. Not fully 100%, but 99% right now. Massively better than I was. Oh yeah, Grumpy, thank you. If you have garden pics to share, favorite music videos, artwork that you want to share, check out MZ Community Art Photo and Music Gallery. That's where I want people to put up all the pictures of their gardens, etc. Your process. Now let's get into news. We got a lot of news to cover, man, and a lot of like all over the place, and some of it is just downright fun. Ocelot, whoa. Ocelot, masculine men would be refreshing to meet the spineless, no values or no morals men. Right? I mean, just who taught them to be men? I mean, where was their role model in life? Did they not go to scouts? Did I have a decent dad, a granddad, somebody to show them what it means to be a man? My grandfather, as sweet as he was, and did not really talk about life often, but he gave me a few just wonderful seeds of knowledge, and I'm referring to my father's father, paternal grandfather. But he was a firm believer, and he would say it: a man's defined by how he takes care of his responsibilities. Those that need him. That's what a man does. A man puts those that he loves and loves him above himself. That's a father's love, a man's love. That's how you're supposed to operate. You're not supposed to whine about it. You're not supposed to complain about it. That's how you define a man. That's what a man is. A man mans up. And I always found that one to be very meaningful because he didn't give a lot of those life lessons. He did on shooting and eating squirrels and things like that. He's like, you can't be too proud, because he was the oldest when his father passed during the Depression and dropped out between, I think, 8th, 9th grade, somewhere in there, and had to man up and take care of a very large family. So he had some, and you could tell there was a tremendous amount going on there. But those things really stuck in my life. A man's defined by how he takes care of his responsibilities. All right, sidetrack. Elon Musk says the fate of the U.S. dollar is sealed. It is dropping faster than anybody thought. And the old de-dollarization, the numbers and statistics on this are very interesting to me. Just 20 years ago, 73% of all transactions worldwide were done in the U.S. dollar. Heck, before the Ukraine war, over 50% were. Now it is 47% of all worldwide transactions are done with the U.S. dollar. The U.S. dollar is quickly disappearing as the reserve currency of the world. I just found that one interesting. There may be an article in here on that one. From transgender to transabled, now people are choosing to identify as handicapped. Some people have even gone as far as to chop off a limb. Now, if you're a doctor and somebody identifies as handicapped and they're perfectly physically capable, one, you should find a handicapped person to take them out back and beat their butt if they can, because they're handicapped, right? If they can't, there's a problem, because that person's not really handicapped. This one offends me greatly. So we've gone from transgender to transabled, people that identify as handicapped. Folks that have real physical ailments. The hell we go through in life just to participate at a reasonable level of life. And then somebody comes along, that offends me. And I am surprised that women aren't more offended by the pretend folks in sports. Woman of the Year being a man. You should be as offended as I am as a disabled person by somebody being transabled and pretending. Maybe somebody should make you, I'm surprised somebody hadn't taken you out, broken a leg for you, so that you can really identify as handicapped. Sorry about the noise. It's a party bus. Cue ball. Do handicapped people include stupid ones? Cue ball. Let us have something. Rita wants to know any update whether we pay taxes. We don't know for certain. 90% of all my sources believe that there will be it's absolutely non-taxable event. Prepare either way. That's the best thing I can tell you. Marine Sun has 2 weeks of drills starting today, usually in summer. Ooh, they moved it up. Yeah, I'm upset with it. Now let's keep going. That was just a side story one of you guys sent me, and it just, it struck a nerve. Trapped Americans in Sudan, shocked and disgusted, left by Biden to fend for themselves. Is this a surprise? Now, they did, guys. There was a big story, I believe it was New York Times, about a couple of busloads of Americans that got bused to the border, and then the U.S. government was there to get them once they got bused to the border. They put this together on themselves. They were the New York Times was trying to defray the outrage at yet more Americans being abandoned by this administration. So they tried to get ahead of it and push these stories in mainstream media. Of course, the fact checkers quickly tore it apart. You're not going to see it mainstream news. What you're going to see in mainstream news is, man, they really showed up. They sent whatever forces were necessary, and they got them bust across the border and out. And that's just not how it occurred. But that's media now. If you repeat a lie often enough, maybe they'll start believing it. And obviously it works because many do believe it. But this one and the details, and I don't get it. We're talking about Sudan. If I were the president, ask me if I would have cared about any Sudanese sovereignty. I've got Americans there. Part of putting Americans first is you do whatever it takes to take care of Americans, just like the UK should do, just like Australia should do for Australians. I would have sent ships, planes, Marines. We would have cordoned off an area. We would have created land, whatever it takes to get them out. You don't ask to do the right thing. You negotiate when you're coming from a level of weakness, in my opinion. Otherwise, you just get it done. I don't understand the pussyfooting going on with this administration. It makes no sense to me. You talk quietly and you carry a big stick. That's how foreign policy works. All right, JP Morgan and PNC to buy First Republic after FDI seizure. First leaves taxpayers holding the toxic stuff. In other words, they're going to buy the assets. The liabilities are getting stuck on the taxpayer. We knew this was going to happen when we looked at Silicon Valley Bank. Myself and many others started saying, hey, this is the great roll-up so that the too big to fail banks become too big to fail. And they will suck up all the smaller banks, all the regional banks are going to get sucked up during this process into a few massive banks playing all along, in my opinion. We got to put ourselves on a silver and gold standard. Exactly what I thought we would see happen as they started, and it's gone. Yep, there you go. First Republic, that is the plan. We knew that was going to be the plan. U.S. lawmakers. And why is this not on mainstream news right now? We all know about it. We've heard about it. If you've not heard of Darion's Gap, you are truly asleep. U.S. lawmakers, 700,000 to 1 million illegals gather at U.S. border with Mexico to storm the country after Title 42 ends in May. They're headed that way. I mean, just massive. If you have seen some of the reporting going on in Darien Gap, it's stunning. And then you've got more on the Mexican border now as well. Literally is larger than our standing army getting ready to storm our country. I'm going to keep going. A big story, I think, that is getting not enough coverage. Hearing in Hunter Biden case scheduled for Monday in Batesville. We're headed back to Batesville. We're handing to Arkansas. According to the Arkansas Democrat Gazette, Meyer told attorneys for Biden child's mother he's going to have to appear this Monday. And this is important because they want child support, proper child support. They want him to acknowledge it. He refused to pay the bills, then finally quietly said, fine, we'll pay you some child support. But it's court ordered should be much higher. He's claiming he makes nothing. And meanwhile, all the documents are there showing where they have taken in millions and millions and millions. And this child deserves to be taken care of, obviously. this is an interesting backdoor into blowing this whole thing up on their corruption and the dollars and the peddling of influence. I think it's very interesting, and I'm going to be watching this one closely. All right. A side note, I just wanted your thought on this one. Florida legislator clears way for DeSantis to run for president without resigning. Da-da. I'm not convinced he's going to run at all, but hey, maybe we will see. Just want to get you all's take on it. Analysis, the ripple effects of Tucker Carlson's exit from Fox News. I touched on this one yesterday, but it was just obliterated viewers, numbers of viewers, and share of the market for Fox, and it continues to go down. So a number of people like, hey, well, maybe we'll give them the benefit of the doubt, but the numbers continue to come down and continue to come down. What I did find interesting was the news organizations that continue to skyrocket, tripling viewership in that same time slot. Of course, I read this article after I'd already awakened with the idea of standing in for Tucker. He should not run. Big mistake. It's a no for me. Trump all the way. Fox can go to heck. Thomas, right? I think a lot of people have that opinion. Hunter must go to Arkansas. Yeah, Betsy, I shared that story last week. I love it. He no longer has a choice. The judge is like, yeah, I could give a rat's butt about your privilege. Yeah. Oh, you bring up a good a good point here, Desert Sky. DeSantis must not be confident of his chances if he wants to change that rule. In other words, he's not confident enough to step away from the governorship to run. He wants to be able to hang on to it and hedge his bet. Desert Sky, that's a great point. Buddy, let's see. So if the RV happens this week, what will everyone be doing with their dinars, seeing how the dollar is crashing? Will you hold it as dinars or cash out? Buddy, totally depends on whether all the currencies go at once. If Iraq, and I'm not expecting this, but if Iraq will go to solo, then I am going to be one of Andy's greatest customers quickly, just like many of you guys will be. We will buy him out day one. I doubt there will be a monies dealer in the U.S. in the world that has any metals left or any inventory. And I have started looking at larger tracts of real estate as ways of insulating money. All right, Mary wants to know my opinion. What's Iraq, U.S. holding up? It was the money. The U.S. has been fighting it and using and leaning on Iraq not to go yet because all oil revenue had to go to the U.S. and then through J.P. Morgan before the U.S. doled it back to Iraq. That was part of from the Iraqi war. That has expired now. So I don't think anything is holding Iraq at this point. I think they are dotting every possible I and crossing every T, every F, every whatever they have to cross right now so that they can go solo, forcing it to go. That's what we're watching play out right now. I'm thinking about asking Tucker about using his name. He may have patented it. It's possible. But I think if I give a disclosure standing in for Tucker, this is not officially sanctioned, whatever. We are just trying to fill that void until he returns. I'll quit doing it. If he comes back in the 8 o'clock time slot, I'd quit doing it. What if buying properties then value change? And it would at some point, but it still would protect my fiat dollars because I still have other currencies. So let's just say the NAR goes alone. I'm insulating it to some level against the dollar, and I would load up on other currencies for when the value does. That would mean everything resets. So that's how I would hedge my bet there. That's what I'm thinking. It's not advice. Seek the advice of a licensed, whether that means anything to you, specialist. All right, I got to keep going on this one. China flies 38 fighter jets and 6 Navy vessels near Taiwan. Nothing like World War III in the morning, the smell of it, right, to cheer you up. Tensions continue to rise, especially after the stories that we have seen coming out of international press about China and Russia loading up on Arctic Circle military presence as well. ABC refuses to air RFK Jr. comments about the, those things right there, the things that still get you in trouble. Not as much as talking about, that fateful day in the fall of 2020. But yeah, it still gets you in a lot of trouble. But I do find this particular statement troublesome because Davis, let's get to who Davis is. Boom, let's see. After clearing, Lindsay Davis spoke to viewers and said, hey, he made false claims about them. We've used our editorial judgment and is not including extended portions of the interview they did with him. But false claims. Now, I find this one interesting, very interesting, because data shows that the lollipops have prevented millions of hospitalizations and deaths from the disease, Davis said. She did not provide any citations for this claim. This is what I want to focus on, because this is the standard operating procedure now. They were like, well, science says, even when science disagrees with them, even when there are quite literally at this point dozens and dozens, hundreds of studies that show that they are in the wrong on this one, peer-reviewed studies. I mean, you can go to the Lancet. You can go to our own, what do we call ours here? NIB. There you go. Can't even remember that one today. It's one of those days. This is why you need a staff to play memory for you. But we can go to a number of the most premier medical organizations in the world, and they have all kinds of studies that are showing you that what they're telling you here is, quite honestly, very misinformed and misinformation. But it's the standard operating procedure. They say these things and nobody challenges on them. Nobody says, well, let me see your data. I'd like to see their data that tells me that it has done all of these things, because all of the data that I have read, the peer-reviewed data I read, very much disagrees with it. So just keep that in mind. They're already editing. They are terrified. The left is terrified of RFK Jr. And I think they should be, because he's going to bring up some very interesting conversations, and they have a very weak candidate as their forerunner right now. Supreme Court Justice says he thinks he knows who leaked the draft abortion opinion. And why did I bring up this story? Well, it's important. It's important because it was leaked purposely to affect the outcome of a Supreme Court case. That's bare minimum felonies, possibly treason. I don't even know how you would define that one, because it is so unthinkable. And there are many laws and constitutional laws against it, and they've gone nowhere with it and refused to go anywhere with it. He doesn't want to name the person yet. He feels confident who it is, but before you make a claim like that to an specific individual, you need to be absolutely 100% certain and have evidence. Do they have enough to charge it and move forward? I hope they do. The lack of prosecution, I mean, heck, they had a crazy person that was going to kill Brett Kavanaugh, and we are still waiting for somebody to be prosecuted, somebody to be held responsible. A number of the protesters that were threatening lives of Supreme Court justices, threatening family of Supreme Court justices to change an outcome of a case, DOJ should have been all over this at every level, turning over every rock, following every credit card or transaction for people that traveled there to do this. And we have heard nothing but crickets. That's what I wanted to cover today. What are you guys doing? Daniel, no agro check update, please. I'm still hearing 1 billion's worth 330K. It's still what I'm hearing. I hope it's accurate. I bought some. If not, I'm going to probably wallpaper my restroom with it or something. I don't know. But I think my people are accurate, and that's what we're going to see. I hope and pray that they are. Gigi, you gonna can you pack up and move? God knows I need the help. Let's see. Yep, Sotomayor clerk. That is the rumor that is floating around. Is one of her clerks did it on purpose. Kukla gave us a prayer. I'm going to read this one and then start wrapping things up. I've got a number of errands, and one of them is about 45, 50 minutes away, and I've still got to line up bags and all that, so I need to get busy. Heavenly Father, we give thanks for this day and all the blessings you give us. Please grant us your strength and energy to accomplish all that we need to do. Remind us to turn our worry time to prayer time and to look for the blessings in the midst of hard days. Father, please heal the broken people in this community, make well the sick, restore happiness to those in despair, bring love to the lonely, food for the hungry, and peace to the world. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. I like that one. Very, very well done, Kukla. Cue ball, if everything goes at once, we get paid in USM. We get paid in asset-backed dollars. If Iraq goes solo, I would assume, depending on what country, and you're going to get paid on whatever fiat currency you bank with. The UK, the pound, the rest of Europe, the euro, the US, the fiat dollar. So just plan accordingly, depending on what happens. We have to keep a tight eye on it. All right, all you birthday people. Kevin, I am certain, Kevin just said, how can they hold an NDA against you if they fire you? It's pretty easy because that's part of, or non-compete is what they're doing, but they have to offer a package. So when you agree to that contract term, it's my understanding that they offered him, what was the number? It was like $1.6 million a month and 18 months of non-compete if they were ever to fire him or if he was ever to leave, which probably made him feel warm and fuzzy at the time, because even if he offends them, he is still in a great financial position. So it's my understanding, and I am not privy to all the details, but the chatter about the world is that he is making $1.6 million right now to sit at home per month for the next 18 months. So it's going to be awfully interesting because he was only making $8 million a year before. So now he just got a raise. I mean, he pretty much doubled his money nearly. Let's see. What's 1.6 times 12, guys? So it's going to be over a half. That's going to be 6, 12, 18. Yeah, he doubled his money. He's doubling his money now that he's been fired each month. All right, just my quick math. Not always accurate. All you birthday folks. So they tell me it's your birthday. Well, happy birthday, darling. May you live, may you love. Make all your dreams come true. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Angel just stopped at a Bank of America ATM, not working. Went to launch credit union. Will not let you withdraw any money out of the ATM in Florida. This is interesting. A lot of people are concerned. First Republic Bank, there's probably going to be a bit of a run on cash this weekend. If you're concerned, guys, swing by the ATM if you have it. Don't put yourself in a bad position. Don't pull out and then have to pay draft bills, etc., or automatic draft, insufficient fees, etc., etc., etc. Gypsy Baron, it wouldn't surprise me. Belinda, thank you. And thank everyone. Mods, thank you, thank you, thank you. We have Juggernaut mods. Booger bouncing between two different platforms. Grump and Kukla doing the same. We just greatest mods anywhere in their dedication. All right. Bye all.